In this module, you will learn about asexual reproduction in organisms and their types. When offspring are produced by a single parent, with or without the involvement of gamete formation, it is called asexual reproduction. The offspring inherit genes only from one parent and hence are an exact copy of the parent. There are different ways of asexual reproduction, such as sporulation, uniparental reproduction, fragmentation, and regeneration. Sporulation is a process in which many daughter cells, called spores, formed from a single parent cell, are surrounded by resistant cyst walls until the spores are released. Take the amoeba, for instance. Under unfavorable conditions, such as extreme temperature and scarcity of food, its protoplasm contracts along with its contents to form a sheath around the amoeba, but without encasement with cyst wall. Then, the parent nucleus divides into many nuclei, followed by cytoplasmic division. Thus, many daughter cells are formed. Each daughter cell is individually surrounded by a resistant cyst wall. These encysted cells are called spores, which can tolerate unfavorable conditions. With the onset of favorable conditions, the sheath ruptures and then the cyst dissolves. Each cell later grows into an adult amoeba. Thus, sporulation is not only a means of reproduction, but also enables an organism to survive even in unfavorable conditions. Sporulation is similar to multiple fission in that the daughter cells are formed from a parent cell. However, in sporulation, each daughter cell is encased in a cyst wall, while in multiple fission, all the daughter cells are encased in a cyst wall together. Both the processes release the daughter amoebae by dissolving the cyst wall. Uniparental reproduction is another way of asexual reproduction seen in water fleas and rotifers. For instance, in water fleas, an unfertilized egg from a single parent gives rise to a male or female offspring without fusing with a sperm cell. Hence, the offspring receives a haploid set of chromosomes from a single parent. This type of reproduction is commonly known as parthenogenesis. Fragmentation is one more way of asexual reproduction, which is seen in lichens. In fragmentation, the organism breaks into several fragments. Each fragment can develop into a complete organism. It is also seen in tapeworms and fungi. Regeneration is another asexual mode of reproduction. Regeneration is the ability of a living organism to form the entire organism from a lost part, or repair or restore the lost parts of a body. Let's see how regeneration occurs at the cellular, tissue, or organ level in invertebrates. The cellular level of regeneration is seen in amoeba. Any part of amoeba cut off from the organism containing a small part of the nucleus develops into a new amoeba. On the other hand, the tissue level of regeneration is seen in the sponge or planaria. any fragment of a sponge or planaria cut off from the organism can grow into a complete organism. Similarly, when a hydra is cut into 3 pieces, the head part, the middle part, and the base, then all these 3 parts grow the missing parts. The head part develops the base, the middle part develops both the head and the base develops the head. The organ level of regeneration is observed in animals like the earthworm and starfish. The earthworm can regenerate the posterior regions of its body when cut into 2 parts, while a starfish can regenerate a lost arm. Even in humans, regeneration can occur at the cellular, tissue, and organ levels. For instance, organs like the liver, lungs, thyroid gland, pancreas, adrenal glands, and gonads possess the capacity to regenerate to varying degrees. For example, if 3/4 of a damaged liver is removed, then the remaining healthy part of the liver grows back to its original size. Thus, asexual reproduction enables an organism to reproduce quickly and sometimes even helps it to tide over unfavorable conditions. You have now reached the end of this module. In this module, you learned that in asexual reproduction, only one parent is involved in producing offspring. In sporulation, the daughter cells formed from a single parent are surrounded by resistant cyst walls until they are released from the parent. In uniparental reproduction, offspring are produced from the unfertilized egg of a single parent. In fragmentation, the organism breaks into several fragments, and each fragment can develop into a complete organism. Regeneration is the ability of a living organism to form the entire organism from a lost part or repair or restore the lost parts of a body.